Hey guys, this is my Nerf Quick 16 and it's a really incredible blaster stock. Performs really nicely. So today I'll be showing you how to mod it. To get at the internals first, there are a countless amount of screws on this gun. And it's all on this side. So all you need to do is take them out. And first you take out all 5 screws in the slide handle. This should right off. That. That. And Nerf is doing a plastic slam fire mech, which isn't like the Raider or Alpha Troop. Then you take out all 6 screws on the top of the blaster to get access to this thing. Pop off. Set this aside. Now take off like 10 of the screws on this built-in clip and get at this. So this should come apart. 2 halves. Like that. And don't worry about this thing. This should be able to move up and down. Put this next to all your other parts, and don't lose any of these parts. They're very important to the blaster. Well, it's interesting how Nerf did this clip system. Something that pushes down, and if you can see, there's a string attached to it, right here. It's very interesting. Make sure you don't mess that up. Now, the first thing you can do to expand your ammo capacity is to sand down these 2 pegs right here. Right here and here. I used sandpaper and did it ahead of time, so I don't have to do it on camera. Then, once you have done that, there are 2 hidden screws right here. You need to take those out. And the other one's right here. Most of these screws are the same size, so you don't have to worry about being confused. And then there's a washer head screw up here, and that just connects the mechanism that feeds the darts in. So you have to remove that as well. Like that. This ought to come out really easily. Then you pull this tab off, which you can access to this. So this thing is flying free. Then you take out all the body screws, at least 20 there are. And this, so just should, oh, actually there's one more screw, and it's hidden. You can hardly see it. It's down here. I mentioned that. That way, you can butterfly this apart. This half blaster just comes off like that. Put this somewhere where you won't lose it. It's very important. Now this piece should come off, and this just goes over here, like that. You don't need it when you're doing your mods. Just take this off. Now, you need to get, whoops, where my screws just fell. Okay. Now, here are your internals. These internals are a lot more complicated than the Raiders. And, oh, by the way, this catch spring might fall off. You can't lose that. Just put it somewhere where you won't lose it. My recommendation is you just keep a box with all the screws in it, and you can just stick this in there as well. So, we'll be doing some mods to the plunger tube, and to get at the plunger tube, there's several things you need to do first. First, you need to remove this piece, and that just falls out like that. You thread your spring out, like so, and this piece should fall off. This is your slam fire mech. You can't lose that. Now, you will find that this is your plunger tube, and this is your dart tooth. Now, this is the slam fire mech that connects this. And to get out all of that stuff, I'll show you in a separate segment. So I'm back, and an easy way to get out all this stuff, first you need to get this piece out. This is what pushes the darts into the barrel. Then you just take this part off, put that upright. Then your whole plunger tube just come out like this. Now, I see a lot of YouTubers, they actually had to remove all these screws here. You don't actually need to do that. You just need to take this door out and take this piece out. That way you can get at the plunger tube, which is a lot more simple and it's not as tiring putting it back together. Now, this whole plunger tube is connected, so the best way to get out the air restrictor, which I've already done, is to get a really, really long screwdriver, probably longer than this one. Thread it, open this up, thread it all the way down, and get a hammer and start hammering away. Now, there is clean shot straight through. The seal on this is already really nice, and I doubt I'll actually have to do anything to that. But I might think of something to do to the spring, and I'll show you what I will do or what, yeah. Hey guys, I'm back, and I did a couple of things to kind of fiddle with the seal. First of all, I actually put some electrical tape here, so it gives better spring compression. And you'll only really need like 3 wraps. Then, I put white Teflon tape under this O-ring to kind of give it a better seal. Now you can see if I plug it with my finger and I push it in here, pops up like that. So that's really all the mods you should. Oh, actually one last thing. You have to wrap some tape over this small air release hole, which isn't actually visible. It's right here. Then that ought to give it a much better seal. And that's pretty much all the mods we'll be doing to this blaster, and I think we should put it back together now. After you put everything back together, here's one last look at the internals after it's modded. And leave this piece off. Now, actually, you have to leave this piece off until you put everything back into place and you know that's functional. You know it's functional when everything seems to like snap back into place, and the catch goes this way, where the longer end faces forward. Then you put this piece in, or you just take it off and put it in. It's that simple. Then you put this piece. This should be the last piece you put in. And thread it over the spring. Then get your catch behind it. Now you take one last look. Make sure that this thing isn't pulled back. And this is pretty much your finished internals. And one last thing is that the orange piece that you took out, it fits in specifically here, and you kind of have to like work your way to get it in because it just snaps into place. I'll screw everything back in and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. So I just finished the Nerf Quick 16 mod, and it turned out pretty nice. Its internal mods are pretty simple and anyone can really do it. And its performance is getting about 10 feet further than how it was stock. Now my plunger tube is actually pretty worn out, and sometimes it actually has trouble feeding darts, and that is because this is a pretty old Quick 16. So if yours is new, it should be getting about 40 to 45 feet. With the extra dart capacity, now you can store 18 darts instead of 16. All you have to do is sand down 2 pegs in here. I think I showed you earlier. And thanks for watching.